All right, week 18. I'm only doing two games this week, so we got the Bengals and the Steelers. There's only two good games. This is perhaps the worst week in NFL football. So before I get started, I'm trying to get more subscribers. So if you like what you listen to, please subscribe and drop me a note or a question. So let's go ahead and get into this. So Cincinnati is favored to win by 2.5, and I'm going to take Cincinnati on this one. I've looked at this quite a bit. The thing that's really putting me over on this one is just the injury list and just looking at the most recent trends as well. So the simulation has Pittsburgh winning 58 with a probability of 58%, and then that also translates to just a raw score of 27-24. The but when I compensate, just when I just start looking at the injuries, it's also going to be a cold weather game, which is going to make it a tighter game for sure. If this were a bigger point spread, I'm not sure that I would change this, or I would probably take a different path, I should say. But which is one of the things that when I look at it, uh, Cincinnati, they have a history of being a late season team, especially with Joe Burrow. So here they are winning their last four in a row. Granted, look at those; those are not exactly the best teams in the NFL, but they're winning and they're putting up some points in the process of doing that. And I thought they looked good against Denver this last week, and Denver is a very good team. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh is struggling. Granted, you look at that, they lost to the Eagles, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. But in the process, I would point out that the Chiefs are probably the game that that disappointed me the most because I don't think the Chiefs are nearly as good as what their record leaves them would lead us to believe. So really, what I boil down to for me is Joe Burrow against Russell Wilson. I think Joe Burrow is a better quarterback, particularly now, and I think when you start looking back at the course of their career, I think we'll see that as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the raw numbers. Uh, Joe Burrow has a phenomenal ability with this passing that we've been seeing steadily rising throughout the year. And then likewise, I think the run game has been the strong part, but at the same time, I think that the defenses have caught on to it and they're defending against it well enough. And I think that Pittsburgh has enough guys broken down both on the offense and on the defensive side that they're just not able to make that run work that they had been. Let's come on over here to the right. Some of the things that do concern me over here with Pittsburgh, a lot of those uh, sacks over here that we see up here, and fumbles. Look at those fumbles. Like that's a big difference. When it's predicting that you're going to have 1 to 2 fumbles, that is not good. I will point out that you see some of the increased rates of interceptions down here. I also think that that's just a function of the quarterback and that they're putting a lot on him, so he's gonna be forcing that, and you're gonna see that from a lot of quarterbacks. Both teams have some big plays. Definitely see this from Pittsburgh, but I don't think that we've been seeing that of late. So, but some similar types of numbers down here from Cincinnati. Like I said, I'm looking at the injury list, I'm looking at the weather, and I'm looking at the two quarterbacks, and I'm just thinking that over the course of the last 3-4 weeks, Cincinnati's looking like the better team. And again, this simulation takes in consideration the bulk of the entire year. And if the injury list were different, I'd probably make a different pick. But in this case here, I'm going to apply a little bit of analyst judgment. But again, I would say use your own judgment. You see what the raw numbers are, and that's what makes this fun. So anyhow, good luck. Have a good weekend.